Good morning, Figaholic friends. I've had some people ask about my shipping method, and they're worried about the expansion foam that I use, and that it might get on the tree or be too difficult to remove. And I've been using it for about 4 years with very good results. And initially, I maybe used too much, and sometimes it was difficult to remove. But I've modified things, and I think it is a good method to ensure that the plants arrive in good shape. So here we have a tree that we're going to ship to a customer. I've already prepared it some, and what we've done is use a poly bag over the bottom, and I put some air pillows in there to hold the soil down. I get a lot of these from Amazon orders that I have, and I use these over the top and tape them down firmly against the soil so that the soil doesn't shake loose. Over the years, I bought trees from many people myself to establish my own collection, and in a few instances, I've had over half the soil gone out of the pot because for instance, people use newspaper to tape down. Well, newspaper might seem rigid when it's put in place, but once it gets damp, it's very limp and it doesn't provide any support. For some smaller pots, sometimes I'll use the foam peanuts. They're called they're not styrofoam anymore. They're biodegradable products mostly. I'm not sure what they're made out of. Soybean starch or something, I don't know. But I have these anyway, so I'm just repurposing these to hold the soil down. I tape it down firmly, going both directions. Should use a pair of scissors to cut that away. The other thing, by putting this plastic bag on it, it prevents moisture from getting out to the box and weakening the box, so the box integrity stays better. Additionally, the foam does not stick to the pot then. The foam pulls loose from these bags very easily. So you maybe have to cut the box to get the plant out, though that's not always necessary. I know in one instance, one box that I used to ship a tree was used 3 times. I shipped a tree to a person, that person shipped a tree to someone else, and that person ended up shipping me a tree back all in the same box. It was a bit of a funny story. So here I'm going to pick it up, and Luis is going to slip. Here we have a bag where we've just cut the bottom out. And the purpose of this, for a few different things here, it helps helps pull the leaves in some so that they don't rub against the edge of the box. We can pull it in tighter, though I have a 6x6 inch box and this will be okay, but it doesn't rub against the cardboard. The plastic can slide against the cardboard easily and not damage the leaves. We tape the top. A couple times I've had customers think that the plants get hotter because of the plastic. The plastic has no impact on the temperature inside of the box. If it ends up arriving at your home and sitting on the porch for 4 hours, especially in some of the hotter climates, that can be a problem. But as greenhouse growers know, from years of experience, plants can survive higher temperatures in a humid greenhouse than they can outdoors in an arid climate. They're not losing moisture. So this also helps protect the leaves from moisture loss. So we'll go ahead and put this in the box now. And I used to put in more foam than I do now. But one thing we do, I use one pillow here. This fills in this gap flat, so I don't need to fill in that whole area with foam. And so I'm just using foam to prevent. So this is Great Stuff brand big gap filler. This expands a little bit more than some other ones. So I just don't want it to slide back and forth. The top of the pot is already pretty tight. I put some here so that the pillow doesn't move. I'll put some here. Now there's not going to get any foam on the leaves because that plastic bag goes all the way down the edge. And so this is so the plant doesn't slide up to the top of the box. And I don't need much for that, so that's enough foam. It's not going to move. And I try to get my plants packed a few hours before I'm going to ship so that the foam can get firm. So that's it. Now, one thing that can get done, I'm going to put the label, the shipping label, on this side of the box, because I just leave the box laying flat, in most cases anyway. Actually, in this case here, I'm going to ship. Go ahead and finish taping it, Louise. I'm going to actually here ship 3 boxes taped together, so I don't know where my label is probably going to go on this side. But if you have a single box and there's a label there, that's the side that I put the foam. You could always cut it on the other side, and it should be easier to remove the plant from that side. And again, the foam does not stick to that plastic poly bag, so it can pull out. There are ridges on the pot, so you may need to tug a little. I would use scissors to remove the plastic bag away from the pot, and I'm pretty confident this tree will arrive in good shape. Thanks for watching.